Hi, I'm on my third chemotherapy session. So, give you a little bit of update. This one has probably been a bit rougher than the previous two. So I've got 9 more to go after this one. I'm off the bag, as this I guess would be the calling. You go in and you get your blood test the day before, so they make sure that you're physically capable of taking the chemotherapy. Then they put you on, first off, they give you some steroids. Talk about that in a second. Then they give you a 2-hour infusion of 2 of the chemicals, and then you get another bolus injection of the FU5 or 5FU. I can't remember whatever it is. And then you get on the portable pump, which you take home with you for 46 hours, which injects the rest of the 5FU or FU5, I can't remember which one it is, into you. So the side effects have started to get a little bit more interesting. Well, first, I did have a long week, fairly extensive. So when it came to Saturday, I was really tired. And I'm sure the chemotherapy had some effect of that also. I did have a long week, though. So that one, okay, I slept most of Saturday, not really a problem, because the schedule would be that would be happening every other week, that I may get kind of tired. The other side effects get a little bit nastier. Well, the metallic taste I've had off and on, that seems to have changed, shall we say, flavor. It's a little different now. Still the metallic taste. It's unfortunate. It seems to affect my taste of many things. They're not as, shall we say, vibrant, some things. So you want spicier foods. For me, I want things that are a little bit spicier, a little bit stronger flavored, to overpower and get back to the flavor of things like that. Now then, the nasty one. And this is the one that I wasn't quite expecting to be this way. So, you can do that. I can do that. The other thing I normally, little idiosyncrasy about me, is when I fix my tea, I would hold up the little tea bag and go flick, flick, flick. That hurts because my skin hurts on my hands. It's the peripheral neuropathy has gotten a little bit more intense in my hands. Last time it was just in the back of my hands. Now it's in the fingertip and thumb, right in here in the thumb, and just rubbing my fingernail across my thumb is, how do I word it? It's not terribly painful, but it's definitely uncomfortable, which makes it, things like that. The phrase opening up a bottle from the fridge is nearly impossible because the cold sensitivity. And I picked up something, that was something I've learned, picked up something cold and tried to manipulate it with my hands. No, I don't want to do that. That's painful. That's actually painful. It's sort of a strange. I didn't know that was there. And so I know that they will probably cut back the amount of some of the chemicals they're giving me next time, because I'm having the reaction to it's peripheral neuropathy. I have that in my feet because I'm diabetic, and I knew what that was. I have it in my toes, and perhaps I'm feeling a little bit clumsy because of that when I walk. I don't like steps, and that's particularly carpeted steps, but that's they feel, I don't have as much feeling in my feet as I used to have. And it will, if we're careful about it, that will come, I'll be okay. But it's just the peripheral neuropathy has gotten a little intense. I can type, I can do things, but it just the little things like tearing open a packet of sweetener that I put in my tea. That's a little bit harder than it used to be. It's not, and when I'm in the kitchen, because the cold sensitivity is actually fairly intense, that I now have 3 sets of gloves in the kitchen. Going shopping is an interesting challenge. I'm supposed to avoid crowds and people that are sick, and I try to, but it's like I went to the grocery store today. I need to pick up a couple of things and forgot to pick up one thing I just thought about. But the picking up things that are cold is painful. So I wear my winter gloves to the grocery store, and I'm probably going to be doing that until this is over. When it gets a little strange. So I can just picture in June and July somebody walking into the grocery store wearing winter gloves. People are going to wonder why, but it's picking up cold things. Drinking cold liquids, no, can't do that. Can't do that. We'll wait and see. Last time, before I started back up on the chemicals, it had almost wore off, and I actually was able to have some ice cream, shall we say. I went to Wendy's and had one of their small chocolate frosties, and I ate about 3/4 of it before I noticed the feeling of the cold. And so it's okay. It's, I can give up that. The taste is the irritating one. The only thing that tastes really good is chocolate, and if it's warm chocolate, like I had order from Pizza Hut. Order from Pizza Hut, and the pizza just didn't taste very tasty, and I think it was fine. It's just the effect of the side effect. But I got one of their chocolate chip cookies, and the soft warm chocolate, that tastes good. So yes, it's there. My weight has been fluctuating kind of strangely, and the doctors actually don't worry about weight. But I'm eating bad things, so my blood glucose is high, and I do that. So I'm health. I think I'm spend way too much time thinking about health, but it's fun. It's so the only thing is picking up fine motor control in my fingers is I can do things. I can type. I can I'm not disabled in any way. It's just opening up a bottle or something that's tightly closed where you got to squeeze with your fingers. That's a little rough because I feel it in my fingers, and was one that I really expected. And I kept hearing about being sick and nausea and all that. No, none of that. Diarrhea, none of that. The closest I came, and I didn't get that, was eating too much of the peppermint. The sugar-free peppermint lifesavers. Yes, they're very good tasting. They're very strong flavored. They but peppermint is a laxative. I didn't know that, and the sweetener that they use in the peppermint lifesavers is a laxative. And there's actually a warning on the package. It may have a laxative effect. So yeah, I could eat a package of those because they're one of the things that. It seems to get rid of the metal taste. It gives me a nice strong flavor, and it's a little bit sweet, and you get the munchies. That's from the steroids. The steroids that I'm on at the start of the chemo affect my appetite, and so that's why I'm always seem to be hungry and munching, and I'm not. Yeah, it's there. I got the munchies really bad. So I bought today 5 pounds of candy arrived. I bought a variety of sugar-free, sweetened with Splenda because I don't want. You have to be careful because I can't. The other sweeteners do one of two things: either they have a laxative effect, or for me, the sugar alcohols still raise my blood glucose. I know that from testing, from eating some of the stuff that they say, oh, it's safe for diabetics. And it's safe for most, but depending upon your body chemistry and things like that, the true test is to eat some of the stuff, test your blood before and after, and see what it does to your blood glucose. And I know that some of the stuff affects my blood glucose. Isomalt and mannitol, those are two of the common sweeteners. I believe that's the way you say them. They affect my blood glucose, and some people they don't, but they do affect mine. So I tend to avoid them, except in minor moderation, things like that. Just like avoiding sugars, because in moderation everything is fine. So that's there. But sucralose doesn't seem to raise my um, blood sugar, which is Splenda. And so I found some candies that were made with Splenda, and that's what I've been trying to go to. They don't taste as strong as I would like, and I'm not really a Sour Patch Kid, the sour candies, but they keep recommending that. I think I'm gonna have to break down and buy a bunch of the sour candies just because they are strong flavored, and it's something that you don't think about. Looking forward to some really strong fruit flavored something that would be there. And talking to somebody, yeah, it's tempting to, just the tartness of fruit, like strawberries. Not any sugar on them, just strawberries, and things like that. I think the tart is probably the best. So that's where I'm at. I'm doing fine. I mean, I've got some energy, more than I was having. I had a very tired day yesterday, but other than that, I'm doing pretty well. I mean, work is keeping me very busy, very busy, which is good. It's what I enjoy. It's something that I enjoy what I'm doing right now at work, and a lot of people don't have that luxury where you have a job that you really enjoy, and there are things I do really enjoy about my work, and so I can throw myself into work and do things like that, and it's but I do get tired, and I'm going to bed a little bit earlier than I used to. I used to not sleep that much. I sleep like a rock. I lay down and just am out, and I wake up when the alarm goes off. Normally, today was a rare luxury. I woke up because the sun was shining in. Sun was shining on not really into the room, but the room was much brighter, and there was the light that woke me up. And I think that's the nicest way to be woken up, is having the sunlight shining in on you. And that was what woke me up today, and I'm fine. I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to see how the rest of this chemo goes. Someone who knows a little bit about this said that generally the third chemo is often the worst. Some people have that it isn't as bad. Your body what was it? The way they phrased it was your body starting to rebel by the third one, and then after that, the rebellion sort of settles down. Your body adapts to handling the chemicals they're pumping into you, which they are definitely having effects on me, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's been it's interesting. I'm, I have no problem with depression or anything else like that. Finally got out my back door today, or came in my back door, because the snow was finally melted enough that I trusted myself to go out the back door. There's still a little bit of, speaks the shading, there's still a little bit of snow, maybe an inch or two of icy snow, I guess, out the back door. But everything else, the snow is melted, and so it's fine. The cold in the mornings really get me, and I'm not looking forward to this week, because the weather forecast was it was going to be awfully cold, and the cold sensitivity is really kind of rough. I'm looking forward to things warming up a bit, so I won't have as much cold, and so I'm doing great. It's just been an interesting few days, the past couple of days, and the sensitivity in my fingers is a little bit bothersome. It's nothing I wasn't warned of, things like that, and the metallic taste and the taste in the mouth. So that's where I'm at. Thank you for watching. My recommendation is, if you're over 50, get your colonoscopy. Yes, go get your colonoscopy. I had some. You really need to do that, because they need to see if you've got problems, because you don't want to go through this. It's not bad, and I will admit that, but you don't want to go through. If I look back on it, even if they'd been able to cure me, as soon as they'd found it, the issue was that I was so tired for so long, and I didn't know that. And one of the physician's assistants said, anemia in a man my age is probably colon cancer until proven otherwise. Didn't know that, but it's that. And I'm seeing all the effects of the anemia going away. You don't want to see, but I have little lines in my toenails where my toenails have grown out since I had the surgery, and they stopped the bleeding, and they're very different. And I didn't realize just how different they were, and how so on. But so it's I have a lot more blood. I'm still feeling fine. I'm still a little anemic, which is sort of to be expected with this. My sodium levels are a tiny bit low, just a little outside the norm, just a little bit. So should salt my food. And I had actually cut out a lot of the salt out of my diet, just because I'm trying to, avoid retaining water, and they always said limit your salt and so on. But it's been an interesting. Life is interesting as things go on, and so far I'm feeling good. A couple of minor things, but I'm feeling good. Thank you for watching, and go get a colonoscopy if you're of the age where you should.